Remember when that Grinch leak thing was around last year? You know, that leaked poster with a complete roster with a ton of additional characters fans were super hyped for. Damn did they feel dumb when the real final characters were revealed, and it seems so stupid thinking back on it, like as if Banjo and Kazooie would make it into Smash. Seeing this dynamic duo being revealed back at E3 only brought one word to my mind. Finally! Seriously, in the history of Smash and all the requested characters fans have been begging for years, the Bear and Bird were easily some of the biggest ones. And hey, Ultimate already handled some of those huge requests already, so I wasn't even shocked when they burst onto the screen. Nintendo and Microsoft have been chummy for this last little while, and Sakurai was well aware of the history and demand for this character, so it was never a question of if in my mind, only a when. And with a pair of them here, they do not disappoint in the slightest. The design, the references, the feel, Banjo and Kazooie were absolutely nailed down by the team. So, let's get straight into it. One thing that I can say right away is just how faithful and natural Banjo and Kazooie are. It's obvious that the aim in designing characters for Smash is to make them as accurate a reflection of the original games and appearances as they can, with some obvious concessions for a few of the roster, and some of these renditions are pretty damn spectacular. But this feels even greater for Banjo and Kazooie. It's like they picked up the duo from the N64 classics and plopped them straight into Smash. The designs are nicely taken straight from their original games and artwork, and just so perfectly updated into HD, especially when you choose to forget their other HD appearance. All the iconic animations the fans remember, like the Talon Trot for their dash, their fluttering triple jump, almost every single animation that they have in their kit can be linked back to one of the animations from their home games, and all the little touches here and there may be just so giddy with excitement. Hell, they even managed to get the original uncompressed sound files from all the way back in the 90s to give the Bear and Bird their original voice lines, and it's magical! Even their entire moveset just makes you feel like you're playing Banjo-Kazooie. The bouncy and zany feel of them bouncing and dashing around with all their ridiculous and silly moves, pooping out live explosives, zooming across the stage with invincibility, shooting into the sky with a jump pad, going all Joker on everyone's asses. It really is so hard not to just have a good old chuckle at these two duking it out like it's 1998. All the moves based on attacks from the Banjo series, all the taunts and animations in reference to their own games, and even if you know nothing about their origins, all the little animation quirks and exaggerated motions are just like a perfect cartoon character, just what the dynamic duo were always meant to feel like. And let's not forget the awesome selection of music tracks they slipped in with a ton of great remixes, even one made by the series' original composer to make him the first Western composer to ever make a remix for Smash. He really didn't hold that candle for too long though, did he? Spiral Mountain is a pretty cool stage too, as long as you don't get motion sickness from the spinning stage, so there's really nothing at all to even hate about this addition to the roster. And with all that out of the way, maybe I should talk about Banjo-Kazooie as a Smash character now. I pretty much kicked off this video saying that these two felt like an eventuality, an addition to the roster that I felt was only natural given Smash's, Banjo's, Nintendo's, and Rare's history, and I think that describes perfectly how I feel about them as a character. Banjo-Kazooie barely even feel like a DLC character to me, at least when you compare them to the biggest DLC characters we've had in Ultimate and in Smash 4. All these characters were almost like a departure from the standard characters that were in the respective base rosters, carrying wild and crazy techniques and abilities to set them apart quite noticeably from the rest of the cast. Okay, basically what I mean is they got a lot of dumb DLC privilege. On the other hand, the Bear and the Bird feel plenty more subdued when compared to your Bayonettas, your Jokers, and your heroes. Rather than some insane flashy combos or ridiculous tricks, Banjo is much more goofy and straightforward, with lots of basic tilts and aerials that reflect their slapstick and cartoon origin, while being pretty decent and effective moves in and of themselves. They do get some combos and setups out of their multi-hit neutral air, up air, and back air, as well as some stuff out of dunking opponents into the ground, and their multi-utility grenade egg that can really do well for themselves there as well. Smash attacks are pretty damn strong, their mobility is pretty solid with some fast ground speed and lower airspeed to once more tie back to Banjo-Kazooie taking turns in their respective actions, and there really isn't a lot more that I can say beyond that. They really feel like a base roster character, a new addition to the cast that feels like they were always a part of it, without some crazy bells and whistles to make them feel worth the price tag. Well, I mean, Wonder Wing is kinda ridiculous when you really get down to it, from the invincibility, to its kill power, to its range, to its recovery potential, only held back by ending lag and limited uses per stock. Wait, there's the DLC privilege! But for the most part, probably the most average and laid back of all the DLC so far. And that's all well and good for me. At the end of the day, Banjo-Kazooie are freaking awesome! The amount of fun the pair are to play when you're mucking around and doing silly stuff, as well as when you're taking things seriously and can hold your own with such a nice solid moveset does oh so much for me. And seriously, all the references they crammed in, how goofy, bouncy, and straightforward they are as characters, and just having a character that the fans have been clamoring for more than a decade finally getting their chance to shine in Smash is more than enough reason for me to love the duo being added into Ultimate. I wouldn't say that they've shot their way to the very top of my favorite characters in Ultimate, but I'll happily throw out the Baron Bird if the moment strikes me, or if I just want to have a fun time. All my expectations built up from the reveal were more than met, and even if all the homages and fan service built into the character go right over your head, just having a silly, ridiculous, yet still powerful and balanced character to take to the stage with will be more than enough to cement these two as a very welcome addition to the Smash roster. Just about everything I wanted them to be.